Hello, traders. Thanks for showing up again. Seeing some serious dedication. Same names every day. Saying good morning. Thank you. It is Friday, the 31st of August, 2018. It's 8:02 a.m. Chicago time, 9:02 Eastern. Derivatives trading involves substantial risk of loss and is not suitable for all investors. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results. Some looking at market sentiment. First thing, what's the risk allocation in the extended hours or Globex session? And it looks like money's moving to safety in general. We're seeing the U.S. bonds leading up 15 ticks, followed by gold up $3, trading at 1207.80. The Japanese yen, the 10-year note, the bund, and the dollar. So those are pretty much your staple safety assets. So that's what the market sentiment is. The sell-off was driven yesterday, supposedly, by U.S. President Trump telling his staff on what was clearly insider trading to me, but I didn't say that. Telling his staff that he was looking to move forward with $200 billion in China tariffs. That came out at the price of $29.12.50 in ES. That's the scene of the crime of the SOC. And then the information hit the wire approximately 10 or 15 minutes later at $29.10 and a half or so, $29.10 and a quarter. And so the market sells off about 15 points, puts in a bottom, and we end up with a neutral extreme day. But we'll cover that in a minute. For now, the overnight session brought in quite a few Eurozone news. Eurozone flash CPI came in lower. It missed, while unemployment trend continues to improve. Lots of CPIs and unemployment across Italy and so on. Brexit negotiations today are set for 6 hours. So still working on that, the old Brexit. And as far as what we have to look forward to in terms of interrupting our auction today, we also got China PMI overnight. We have Chicago PMI, which comes out early. Comes out at about 9:42 Eastern, but the official release to the public is at 9:45. Caution if you're holding a position at 9:40, 10 minutes into the open. I would caution you, oftentimes it moves pretty aggressively. And then we get University of Michigan confidence final, which isn't as strong as the prelim most days, most times. So those are the two key things that are driving economic releases today. Let's take a look at what we expected yesterday. The key plan for yesterday, as you see here, is market pushes up to around 1350.15 and then drives lower, potentially pushing below the prior day's low. So down to below 28.9875. It's exactly what happened yesterday. Unfortunately, I botched up a short, just poorly executed. I didn't want to miss the move down, so got into early, and the stop was such that it got lifted before the move happened. So had to chase that one. But this is what actually happened. So the expectation is an open auction that shifts up and then starts to move down. It either bounces at 29.03 or continues to below the prior day's low and comes back into the range. And so here's what it actually looked like Quite a bit of activity yesterday. You can see this chart, this 2-tick Renko chart is really crunched up. The bands you see are for today rather than yesterday, but we had our push up. So we had an open auction, as you can see, blah, 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 29.13. And it's the start of a move down, which makes us neutral. And then it pushes up again, and then we get that Trump-China news. And where do we go? We go below the prior day's range. We pull up to mid, just a beauty right here. Beautiful setup. Mid in a stock zone. And it spills its guts down to 28.95.50. And then we drift back into the range. And where do we close? We have a point of control and a close right inside of Wednesday's lower distribution imbalance. Just I love volatility because it really forces the market to build better structure. So, scenario 1 on the dot. Not always easy to trade, but it's a plan. The overnight session. Here it is. Sorry the interruptions. I'm fighting a sneeze. It just won't come out. The overnight session reopens, tests down, drifts up almost to the LVN, double distribution LVN, key LVN, and then starts to shift down. We're pushing lows now. We keep drifting lower. Looks weak, looks balanced. High at 29.04. Again, that was your 29.04 on the initial sell-off right here. Holding as resistance. That's what created the low volume node. That low volume node was tested twice, right there and there, and failed to hold. Beautiful area. And now we're drifting lower. So looks weak to me, weak low in the overnight session. Note that the scenarios have played out 3 days in a row. Exactly the scenario 1, exactly almost to the exact levels. And again, that is the benefit of volatility. We have a market that's folded on itself now, and therefore we create a microcomposite. And the microcomposite point of control is 28.97.50. That becomes a magnet in the area. So keep an eye on that. It's on your flex levels. There it is. It's marked on your master levels right there. Just something to keep an eye on. It also tells us where the auction got thin and so on throughout this range. Again, 29.04 area. So what are we expecting today? We are expecting to hit the like button first and foremost to start. It is like Friday, make it rain, as it says. So please log into your Google account on YouTube and hit the like button. It helps me out. As far as scenario 1, we are opening at the lower end of the range. We are opening weak. We are likely to start with an open auction. We are in the tractor beam. For those Star Trek or Star Wars nerds out there, we're in the tractor beam, or even Spaceballs, of this MC point of control, open auction. I'm expecting us to push lower, expecting the market to respond to 29.04 for an initial resistance, consolidate, consolidate in here, and then start to work its way back up towards yesterday's point of control, which was right up here. So 29.10 is the area, and potentially the China SOC. All right. So that's number one. The like button, if you don't see it on the screen because it's embedded somewhere, the like button, if you hit the YouTube symbol at the bottom right, it'll take you to the YouTube version of this video. And then you can hit the like button there. Appreciate it. Secondary scenario, we open up strong, push up through the 2900, test that 2904, get an impulse down, and that's really important. Consolidate and begin to drift lower as we attack prior lower lows. Push through, and we're likely to turn back up into the range on the close. The thing to note today, though, is it's end of month. Very important. Big month, right? Markets run up, made new all-time highs. It is the end of month, so there's likely to be some adjusting of positions going into September. It's also a holiday weekend. The U.S. is on holiday this weekend. I posted. All right, let me just drag this in here. I posted the schedule for trading. Well, I didn't do it for online for the public, but as you could see, we are closed on Monday. So there's a trading halt on Monday. It actually trades till 12 o'clock, reopens 12 o'clock Central. These are all exchange times or Central times. It closes 12 o'clock Central, 1 o'clock Eastern, and then it reopens at 5 Eastern as per usual. But Sunday, it's going to open normal and stop on Monday. And that whole session from Sunday till Tuesday is considered one session, the same session for margin purposes at most FCMs and I think on the exchange. So just remember, we're going into end of month and we're going into a holiday weekend. It is the worst case scenario for you is to go in there and just slosh your account around and take massive losses, take bad losses, take just crappy trades. Instead of focusing on the process, you're focusing on the outcome, which doesn't work. In my opinion, a lot of experience back in training traders, myself as a prop trader. So just focus on what are the setups you can take and execute them properly. Sometimes you make money, sometimes you don't. That's up to the market. It's not up to you. So, just pay attention as you're going into the weekend because of end of month positioning and the holiday weekend. I expect the afternoon to be dull today as people take off for the last big weekend of summer. This is the last weekend in Chicago where pools are open. So a lot of traders are going to head out and have one last chance to take their boat out and all that stuff. Anyway, good luck, and I'll catch you tomorrow. Take care.